Welcome back. In this video, I would like to adjust the appearance of our labels or our texts here, this unit converter, as well as the result, because they are pretty small. So we can do so by saying we want to modify another property of the text. So I'm at the very bottom here where we had this result text, okay, the one that says output value and output unit. So this one is the result text. Okay, so it's maybe a little easier to find them. And then we want to add something called style. All right, so there is this style property that any text composable has. And there is this material theme class, which is the theme language that Android has worked with since I think Android 6 or 7. So quite a while already, the material theme, so basically a different design language as to how apps should look like, has been implemented back then. And here you can use typography, which text is, dot, and here you have multiple different options. So you can say that we want this to be headline small, headline medium, label medium, and so forth. So I want this to be headline medium. Okay, let's just see how this is going to look like, and we can play around with those values. So you see how to get there and how to change the style of a text, and now you can just play around with it. So this is what we get by using headline medium. That's cool. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing for our very top headline, so which says unit converter. So we can add a comma here and add the same thing, only that I'm going to use headline large here. So let's see how that's going to look like. So we're comparing the two. All right, updating. Now this unit converter text should be written a lot bigger. So there you are. It says unit converter quite significantly bigger than it was before. And then at the bottom we have result meters. Okay, so that is pretty much what I wanted to show you. You can play around obviously with the style. You can change the font, you can change all kinds of things, and therefore you can always use the documentation or actually also check with ChatGPT. So let's just do that real quick, okay? Because this video is quite short, so let's go ahead and use a new ChatGPT window here. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually use that. Let's say I want to style my text in Android using, or in my Android app, using Kotlin and Jetpack Compose. Please help me style it. Okay, so we can start with something simple as that. Now I'm getting this little extra prompt here, additional details, and if you want to get that, you need to go to additional settings, and then you can use this text here. Okay, I'm going to scroll through it, and actually my assistant is going to add that as a little text to the course, so you can copy it directly. So this will give you these results where basically just asks you first. So of course, I'd be delighted to assist you in styling text in your Android app. Could you please specify the exact styling you have in mind? For instance, do you want to change the font size, color? Okay, I want, or let's say one, I want to change the font and the color. Okay, number two, single text element. Single text element. And then number three, do you have any design UI guidelines? Nothing for now. Okay, because we're just starting off. We don't have any specific requirements as of now. So now what our ChatGPT does based on this prompt that I showed you earlier, it gives me additional help by getting a specialist line in. So this is a specialist that comes in. He's an text styling specialist for Android and Kotlin and Jetpack Compose. So create a text style to define the desired font color. Apply text style to your text element. can you give me code examples for this? All right, and then it says absolutely. So there it goes, and it creates this val custom text style. So let's just copy this text style and let's just put that into our application. So I'm going to put that here, val custom text styles. We need to import the text style class, and therefore we're going to use the compose one. We need to import font family, which is also going to be the compose version. We need to use SP, which is similar to DP, but for pixel, for fonts and text. And here we're also going to use color. So this is the custom text style that we are going to have now. And now let's see how it says we should implement it. Okay. So this is really just an example for you to see how you can play around with text. So text style, text value, remember, basic text field. So custom text style. So it says for basic text fields, it now gives us this change. But I want to use the style for a text composable and not for a text field. Can you give me the code for that, please? Okay, let's see what it's gonna say. There we are. It prepares this code. Okay, now it changed it a little bit, and it just says style, custom text style. Perfect. So let's go ahead and just implement that and do that for this one here. So instead of saying headline large for our unit converter, I'm using this custom text style that we just have set up a second earlier. And now let's rerun it and see what kind of text style we have for our headline now. It should be in red. There we are. Unit converter. Now it's in red. And that's what this custom text style does. So it's the default font family. So we can go ahead and use other font families. So we could use monospace, for example. Okay, let's just use monospace. Here we can define the font size. So the text size, let's say 32 SP, and the color should stay red. So let's just see how that's gonna pan out. And there we are. It says unit converter, even though now it obviously doesn't fit with our design language otherwise, right? So this is just to give you an idea as to how you can modify texts and text styles, and not saying that this is beautiful text design, because we basically like made it worse now than it was before. But I still just wanted to show you how that works in general, okay, how you can play around with. And I wanted to show you what you can do with ChatGPT, and it can really help you out there. Okay, so I'm going to revert to my material theme typography headline large again, the one that I had before. It just looked better than what I created. And oh yeah, I went too far back, so I didn't even have to import for color red anymore. But let's redo it again, and then we should be good. So this was just a little introduction. I hope you enjoyed it. And in the next video, well, I have a few exercises for you still. So do those, and then you're pretty much done for the day.